Hey Greenwood, it's Robert Stevenson with Greenwood Calendar. It was 8 years ago today. Cameron Dorn from Waterloo, South Carolina broke the world record for burpees. As a matter of fact, he broke 2 records that day. Got a great link to that video. It's amazing. You need to watch it if you haven't seen it. Today we want to reflect on what Cameron has been doing for the last 8 years. I have to tell you, it's even more amazing than when he broke the Guinness Book of World Records.
Hey everyone, Cameron Dorn here, representing Waterloo, South Carolina. Currently coming to you from the base of the Superstition Mountains in Gold Canyon, Arizona. Robert contacted me about wanting to reflect upon the 2-time Guinness World Record that took place back in May for most burpees within 12 and 24 hours. Everyone knows what a burpee is. Many magazines, publications say it's the hardest exercise known to man. It burns more calories than any other exercise. But I saw it just as a way to raise funds for a couple places in need. My high school of Ware Shoals had recently gotten a cross-country team, and the kids just didn't have the shoes to run in, and they could lead to long-term injuries. And also, one thing I believe in wholeheartedly is heart rate training. So I saw it as a way to get those kids the shoes they need, and also some heart rate monitors that the team could use from the years on so they could pace accordingly and perform their best. At the end of the day, that's what we want to be as humans, our best. And then also I wanted to connect the 2 schools to Semillas de Vida down in Peru. We built a rock climbing wall for them and got those kids school supplies for multiple years. So during the world record attempt for burpees, honestly, it was one of the hardest physical things that I've ever done physically. But one of the things I truly believe in is don't say something unless you can do something. And even more I've transitioned to is don't say anything until you've done something. So at that time, it was necessary to announce that the world record would be broken to raise the fund. So if you donated to that burpee world record attempt or helped out with it or judged it, man, it was a small movement in upstate South Carolina. So nothing but respect for everyone jumping on board and making a world record possible. We raised nearly $20,000 in less than 3 months. Going into it for the training, I trained all hours of the day. I remember I'd clock in at 1 a.m. At the sweat box owned by Ruthie Graham, and I would train till 4. And I had a set heart rate, and I had a nutrition plan. I followed that to a T on the day, and it did not let me down. I actually set the world record for the 12 hours in less than 9, and I set the 24-hour record in 21. The old world record was 7,684, and then I pushed the mark over 10,000. If someone was to say, Cameron, could you do it again? Sure. Mentally, I believe my mental game has always been stronger than my physical game. But once you line up your goals and then you set out that training plan and you match the 2 together, you're pretty much capable of doing what you want to do. So that day, I lost 4 toenails. I lost all the skin off my knuckles within 10 hours. But the goal was set and the goal was accomplished. So truly believe once you set a mark, you have to achieve that mark. Now, things can happen, but you have to do everything within your control or sphere of influence, I want to say, to accomplish that goal. Well, in 2014, what has happened since then, I started a company called the Suitcase of Courage that does corporate wellness. We look at preventive musculoskeletal injuries such as back strains, shoulder strains, and we worked with a large manufacturer starting in Greenwood. Once again, Fujifilm, thank you for giving us the chance, and established the Fujifilm Fit program. Since 2014, when I was the only employee and sole founder of that company, now we have 5 full-time staff and over 100 trainers nationwide. So our reach is truly across the continent. From Seattle to California to the Northeast, we have locations. In 8 short years, that's gone through the roof, and I could not be more proud of our team and our company. So instead of just doing athletic endeavors beforehand, racing triathlon all over the world, I've transitioned now to kind of behind the scenes and helping other people, A, not get hurt, and B, live a life full of health and wellness and achieving those goals that they want to achieve. And that brings me a lot of joy rather than just going out and winning new trophies or racing type deal. Still love to do that. In fact, I've raced the Boston Marathon every year since, qualified for time. That keeps me to a high standard because you need to run a 3-hour marathon to get in. So that's my annual marathon, to just keep pushing and make sure I keep my body in shape. So aside from that, right after the burpee world record, I went down to Peru and climbed some really tough peaks in the Cordillera Blanca. A 20,000 foot mountain called Chopacalchi. And then a couple years, I set my sights on the Ruwenzori, which is the highest point in the Congo. Went over there and trekked through an obscure range where I actually saw a silverback gorilla, and was able to summit that. And I was at Denali last year climbing, and actually about to book a plane ticket to go climbing the Himalayas come this August. So my focus is turned more to the snow sports and the climbing, shall we say more exploration, rather than just racing on course activities. Life's all about new adventures, and along the way I didn't ski until 4 years ago, so I picked up skiing, backcountry skiing, and just this winter skied over in Switzerland, did a backcountry trip through Telluride, California, and actually was lucky enough with a buddy to ski down Ralph Lauren's driveway due to some connections when we were coming out. So skiing has become kind of the new frontier for me to push the limits. You put these skins on and it allows you to wear the ski up. And then when you get to the high point, summit, or some line that you want to ski, you take the skin off, lock in your back heel, and then ski down. Something's rather foreign to someone from a little town of 164 in Waterloo, but I think exploring new frontiers and doing things and picking up new activities, I mean, that's the key to enjoying life, no matter what age you may be. So that's the long and short of it. What I've been up to, pushing the frontiers with the corporate wellness company, achieving growth every day, climbing really high mountains, and of course, coming back to Waterloo because that's always home.